Hi, this is Sushmita Kaneri. I'm founder of TechPost Private Limited, which is a startup based out of India. We have come up with this platform named Transparent Gullak, which is a sustainability platform for social transformations. We extend our support for these socially impactful ideators by providing transparent crowdfunding. Not just crowdfunding, but we also provide skill training, mentoring, and collaboration support for these ideators so that they could execute their ideas. And lastly, we provide a marketplace which sells impact-driven products wherein these ideators could sell their own products and earn livelihood. I would like to welcome Shweta for this particular campaign launch event and request her to introduce herself and tell something about the campaign.
Thank you so much, Sushmita. I'm Shweta from Astronera, and I am also CEO of Astron SHK Trust. I have been a science communicator since 2011 now, and through all these years, we have been popularizing astronomy in purely scientific temperament and in a creative way. During all this work years, I came across a lot of people, and I realized that when I go to some remote areas, I meet a lot of children there who are very curious. And for one stargazing program, we went to this little school, and that was a government school for the tribal students. There were about 400 students there, and we were showing the moon through telescope to them. And I realized that when would these tribal students get a chance to learn more about astronomy? Or, be it handling the telescope or just be able to stargaze by themselves. And I thought that we should give this opportunity to them, and maybe one day, we might see them doing a lot of progress in this field. And that is something that I wanted to see. So I decided to launch this dream project of mine with support from TechPose and Gullak, of course, with support from Sushmita. And in this project, we are going to get crowdfunded to actually be able to provide the astronomical skill training for these tribal students, especially in Maharashtra, in India. So this training does not just include going to their place and telling them how to handle the telescope. We are, of course, going to provide them telescopes as well, and also all the material that they would need for stargazing. They will also be provided with a platform on which they can, implement their training and, convert it into some sort of revenue. So we are going to come up with a platform. This is going to be an online platform where we will onboard these are new tribal astronomy guides, and we will also onboard the mentors around the globe who would be happy to guide our tribal students if they have any doubts in the field of astronomy. We are also going to onboard some organizations. It could be, any NGO or any resort who would want to organize a stargazing program, and they'll be able to locate our tribal astronomy guides around them and invite them to organize a stargazing program for them. I am so happy that to launch this long-awaited campaign, we have Dr. Shauna Pandya with us today, who will be inaugurating our campaign with good luck. So let me introduce Dr. Shauna Pandya to you. Dr. Shauna Pandya is a physician, scientist astronaut candidate program graduate with Project Possum and the International Institute for Aeronautical Sciences. She is also an aquanaut, speaker, of course, martial artist, advanced diver, skydiver, pilot in training. Dr. Pandya was part of the first crew to test a commercial spacesuit in zero gravity in 2015. She previously served as a commander during a 2020 tour at the Mars Desert Research Station. Her career and trajectory have been captured at the Ontario Science Centre's Canadian Women in Space exhibit alongside Dr. Roberta Bonda, the first Canadian woman in space. So let's invite Dr. Pandya to our screen now, and let's get this started. Sushmita and I are very happy to have you here, Shauna. And Sushmita, now you can take this ahead. Thank you.
Yeah. Hi, Shauna, and thank you for joining us today. So, Shauna, we are quite excited to know that what were your thoughts being a kid into the space of astronomy? How were you like?
Yeah, that's a great question because that's where I got my start in the space industry and wanting to be an astronaut. I would go camping with my family, and I grew up in Canada where when you're camping, you're away from the city lights and you're just privy to all of these beautiful night skies where the stars are so bright that the sparkling arm of the Milky Way galaxy just leaps out at you, and you can't help but want to be a part of that and to be part of the explorers that learn more about that. And so for me, being exposed to that night sky was tremendously inspiring. And I know that the story is the same for a lot of kids. And it's just a matter of getting access to that night sky and the education that goes along with it, which is why I'm so excited for what Shweta is about to tell us about.
Shweta, how did the field of space and astronomy fascinated you being a kid?
I always looked up to the stars and I wondered that, one day I want to be an astronaut, I want to touch the stars. I used to, hear stories about Kalpana Chawla and Sunita Williams went to space when I was in school, and I was so inspired. So I also wanted to become an astronaut and go to space. And I used to dream about that when I was in school. And I wish there were like more avenues for me to explore, and I realized that such avenues lack even in the cities, even in the developed areas, let alone the tribal students. They don't even know something like this exists. But like, there's a thing that where tribal students live, there is usually very less light pollution, very little light pollution is there, and they can see many stars. So imagine if we can tell them the science behind that, and that might also help wipe out a little bit of superstitions that they might have in their community, and observe the star as little kids and then develop a career and study in astronomy. That would be really big development that we are planning to achieve through this project.
That's wonderful. Shauna, has your perspective towards life changed after you got introduced to this field of astronomy?
Yeah, so for me, my journey into astronomy was simply out of interest as a kid. I did not have any formal programming that was directed towards me as a kid. It was simply um, finding every book I could read, finding every guide I could look at. So I was just, someone who was inspired by the night sky. But even that little bit of self-education, it opened up worlds for me, knowing how infinitesimally small we are in the grand scheme of things. It really gave me the sense of wonder and wanting to explore more. And the idea that that Shweta is opening up this type of world and this type of experience to a whole new generation of kids is really exciting. So props to you, Sushmita, for supporting this initiative. Props to you, Shweta, for launching, if you'll forgive the pun, a whole new generation of kids into this interest.
Yeah, exactly. So, having guidance and mentors at the young age is, I feel, very important, to guide you properly through the journey, not just of astronomy, but could be about any field. So when I was growing up, I used to read chapters about astrophysicists in my school books in my curriculum, and they were my heroes, Dr. Jayanta Narayakar, Dr. Raghunath Mashilkar, Dr. Govind Swarup, all these Indian names that are very amazing names of astrophysicists and the people who did something really great in astronomy. And then I feel so lucky that when I grew up, I found my own avenues. I struggled through to meet them. And at one point, I could actually call these scientists and astrophysicists as my mentors. So they have been there now to guide me through all the projects that I have been running. And I'm sure that they'll be very happy with this project also that we are coming up, this campaign. This is going to be the crowdfunding campaign where I could mentor these tribal children. And I will also develop a community of people like you and many other, not just women scientists, but many other astrophysicists and people who are working in the space industry, and guide them through their very early stage of gaining interest into astronomy.
I think any struggles I faced were far overshadowed by the family support I had. So I like to joke that there's there's different types of work ethics. There's, work hard, then there's working immigrant hard. Everyone knows the story that when you immigrate to a new country, as my parents did from India in their 20s, you have to work extra hard. And then there's working pandya hard. And that's what my parents did. They have a work ethic like no other. It was, that was never a question of, putting in long hours. And so for me, any type of lack of access, any type of, oh, there's not enough women in space, there's not enough women of color in space, there's not enough women in medicine. I never ever thought about that. I just thought, hey, I want to do this, I want to be there, so let's work hard toward doing that. But it really, really hit home as to how important having that representation is. When I was giving a talk to undergraduate students, to women actually, in science, technology, engineering, and mathematics in STEM fields, and they were just starting their careers, and I was telling them about all that I'd done in the space world, in the medicines world, with testing spacesuits. And this young lady, she was Southeast Asian, she came up to me afterwards and she said, seeing you up there makes me realize that I can do this. And then it really hit home for me why representation is important. And so, when you're talking about supporting initiatives to give people who've never had access, these children from rural regions who haven't had that type of STEM education, you're really setting not just them up for success and that pursuing that passion and curiosity for astronomy and for STEM, but you're also setting them up to be future leaders and future astronomers and future, Kalpana Chawlas and Sunita Williams, to inspire the generation. So it really is that, that butterfly effect of positivity that you're starting. So, I'm really, really thrilled that, you're both doing this. So congratulations to you both.
Thank you. Talking about the young girls and especially tribal girls. I remember that 2 years ago, I just took my telescope and went to a tribal school, and there were like 300, 400 students that were watching through my telescope. They were watching the moon and they were enjoying. And then two girls were like really shy and hanging around, And then I asked them, what are you guys up to? Like, do you want to ask anything? How can I help you? And they're like, can you please teach us a little bit about how you set up the telescope? And I said, yeah, I'll be more than happy to. And just within 15-20 minutes, they were setting the telescope on Jupiter, on Saturn, on Moon again. And they learned it all about the telescope because they were so curious. And then few days after that, I had a stargazing program here in Pune, and I didn't have any volunteer to come for that particular program. So I called the teacher from that school and I asked him if he could bring those two tribal girls to come and help me set up the telescope. And he brought them, and for the whole event, they were setting up the telescope. And in that particular event, there was presence of Dr. Raghunath Mashelkar as well, who is my mentor. And he asked one of them, what do you want to be when you grow up? And she did not hesitate to say that I want to be like Shweta when I grow up. And like that was a big thing for me, that the heroes that I was looking up to had become my mentors. And to one of my mentors, this girl was saying that Shweta is my hero and I want to grow up to be like her. So, I knew that this was like this is why I do what I do. And this is where actually the idea of this project came up, that these two girls were just from one school. There might be many girls in that school who did not have even the courage to come up to me and ask me. There are 500 tribal schools here in Maharashtra led by government initiatives. And I could do so much if I could reach out to them and kind of, fill the gap that exists between people like us who feel kind of distant to not even these tribal students, but even people on social media. They feel like, they cannot talk to us. We are kind of, we have perfect lives and, we are different people. So, I want these, not just young women, but all the tribal students to relate to us and make themselves aware that if I can do it, they can do it as well. That's what I want to tell them through this project.
This is really very inspiring, and it would definitely motivate these tribal children.
Yeah, absolutely. So when I talk about, success, we can't talk about success without talking about failure, because it's not, you set a goal and then you achieve that goal by going from point A to point B. In reality, it's really taking 2 steps forward and taking 1 step back. And, this is the road towards success. It's not just like that at all. And for me, there's always been setbacks. One of my friends, she's Canada's 7th female fighter pilot. She said, if you've never failed, you're lucky, lying, or God themselves. And that it just means that we all struggle, we all fail. For me, I've taken many careers and many paths. I started training in neurosurgery to be a brain surgeon before I ended up where I am now. And then for me, it became obvious that that wasn't the path for me. And what it was someone who's never ever quit, was someone who's never ever given up, coming to terms with that realization, and then realizing what I learned from that failure really set me up for building that mental toughness, building resilience, learning to look at suboptimal outcomes and failures and see what lessons I could pull from them to do better the next time. And I think that's something I encourage everyone to do, because we're all going to fail, but there is a way to fail that lets you be hard on yourself in a way that's destructive versus productive. And failure can be a beautiful teacher if you let it. And so that's my message to everyone. We're all going to fail. It's how you
That's
fail.
so amazing.
Yeah, that
That's so
determines where you go
amazing.
next.
And I always say that, you need only 3 things to, go ahead in your life and do something. That is what I like to say, VIP. So if I say that if you have vision, if you have innovation, and if you have passion, which stands for VIP, then, you can overcome any failure. And it's just a take that you missed. It's just a small mistake. You can always take another try and do a different mistake and just go ahead and enjoy the process. So that's a really good message from you to all of the people, I'm so sure. Sushmita, can I request you to share the screen now, and we can take Dr. Shauna through our campaign a little bit.
So here we could see the campaign at the rightmost side. And so basically, whenever a donor comes on this particular platform, so they could view the details. The description is on the left, the campaign image, and the way that how they could donate. So by clicking over here, they could simply donate. They could also see the project impact this particular campaign would be creating, and a detailed breakdown of how the estimate value was found out to raise the crowd fund. So once you click on this option, of Excel sheet would be downloaded with the proper breakdown structure. And if you want to know more about the campaigner, you can view it from here. So simply by clicking on this, you could make a trusted donation. Now let me help you guide through how a particular donor can track their individual donation. So let's take an example of this particular campaign. So whenever a donor clicks on Count Your Blessings, the person could see that which all campaigns he had already donated for. And you could see a detailed breakdown of the entire overview of the campaign, that for what was the utilization and also what was unutilized from the donated amount. And once you scroll down, you could track your individual donation to who was the recipient, the contact details, and the supporting document. And finally, the very sweet part, that who was the beneficiary of this particular donation. So this is how Good Luck is supporting social transformers like Shweta to help achieve these changes in the society by doing a little bit of crowdfunding, skill training, mentoring, collaboration support.
One thing that struck me in particular, there's several, it's the inspiration, it's the giving access, it's the empowering these children to have skills, but it's also setting them up to be sustainable if this ends up being their passion. I see there's a plan to set them up as astronomy guides and have them use this as a source for income generation. And that really leapt out at me because it's quite clever, because you're setting these kids up to sustain their interest, to have an extra venue for income generation, to teach the next generation, to share the passion and the beauty of the night sky. So really, I'm so excited about what you're doing. Thank you for involving me in a small part in this. And I really, really, really wish you all the best on this campaign, because it really is a stellar proposal. So good luck to you in your fundraising.
Thank you so much, Shauna, for being here and inaugurating this campaign for us. It really means a lot to us because this is happening during the World Space Week, and the theme of the World Space Week is Women in Space. And we were so happy to have you on board to inaugurate this campaign, because we are also involving this campaign heavily in our World Space Week celebrations. So throughout the week, we are organizing many different astronomical events for everyone to participate in. And I'm most excited about the ones that we are organizing on the last 2 days of the World Space Week. Now, this is, guys, for you who are watching us, who are watching this talk with Shauna and the release of our campaign. If you want to get involved into our World Space Week events, you need to listen to this carefully. So on 9th and 10th of October, we are hosting a panel discussion where on 9th of October, you will get a chance to join a virtual panel discussion that includes diverse women in space. And on 10th of October, it is going to be more exciting because these speakers will be there virtually and you can talk to them face to face virtually on our Zoom platform. So if you want to get involved into these activities, please donate to our campaign that we just released on Good Luck. The minimum amount is 300 rupees. If you are in Europe, it would be 5 euros. If you are in the US, it would be $6 US. So once you donate to the campaign, you'll be registered with us and you will be invited to join the last 2 sessions that we will be hosting with the diverse women in space to celebrate the World Space Week. Thank you so much again, Shauna, for being here and inaugurating the campaign for us. And we are very happy and excited now.
My pleasure. All the best at Astra, and I'm wishing you a wonderful Space Week.
I'm so excited to host this particular campaign on Good Luck. For more details and to do your bit of kind, do visit www.transparentgoodluck.org and make your donation.